my channel. Guess what? We're back in the den / dining room. So I'll just tell you, oop, excuse me. I'll tell you a little bit of what we had thought about going on in here. So I'd mentioned before that we were talking about getting a storage unit here in town to put like the extra bed in and some of the extra furniture for like the future or the garage sale, all the garage sale stuff. And we honestly have just not gotten around to it. So Jim was like, in the meantime, let's do X, Y, and Z. So one of the things he wanted to work on today is Monday. He wanted to work on the guest room and getting the bed out of the guest room. And we're supposed to put our bed in the guest room because it's a king and it's in good shape. I mentioned this before. But I said to him last night, well, you wanted to temporarily store the bed in your office, but right now there's no room in your office because we didn't do X, Y, and Z. So in that thought process, I had other ideas. I have a folding card table, and I have this plastic storage behind here that is like temporary until we get our shed, which won't be probably for a while. Maybe like a whole
6 months to a year.
Yeah, 6 months to a year. I was gonna say maybe as far as a year. So what I decided was, or we decided, talking to him actually, I talked to him last night about possibly doing something a little different. So I said, if we break those down into 2 low shelves and we put the card table in the corner, I'll show you here. Sorry, he started to just do it instead of talk about it. So we were talking about something else, but I just wanted to take this opportunity in this little clip just to thank you all for joining us during every stage of this. I hope that you are getting some ideas, if not inspiration. Do what you think you can't do, especially when you want to get a project done. Work as a team. If you have a partner, definitely lean on each other whenever you can. So while he's working, I will talk to you guys. So what I said was, if we took the plastic storage and cut it down into 2 half pieces, we could actually put that table in the corner, store the stuff underneath it, and then Jimmy could have that table to display any of his decorations, his Viking memorabilia, whatever he wants to put on there. We're going to move the bar cart behind the door here. And again, we may not keep that. We might, I really love it. I might want to redo it, but I definitely want to keep it because it's been something I've wanted my entire life. You know, growing up watching soap operas, you need liquor decanters, fancy liquor decanters, right?
Somebody actually made the suggestion of adding
Colored
water or something along that line. Trying to move this slowly so I don't cause a catastrophe.
There you go. Come towards me now. You could put it here so your booty won't be in the way. I'm afraid once you put that table there, it might be... Okay, there you go. So, my original thought was, do you need to vacuum?
No. There's very little debris over here.
Okay.
I pretty much...
Can you just stand that up there for me? I missed that picture. Yeah. My suggestion was basically just for temporary storage for the next year or so till we get Jimmy's space going. I mean, the shed going, and then Jimmy's space cleared up. And then we're going to move some stuff around to finish in here. And I think it's best to finish in here the most we can. Obviously, we're going to still have the H cabinet in here until we're done with our bedroom floor. But we're going to get it out of the way. And here, why don't you hand that to me and I'll put it over here, sweetheart. Okay. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, we're going to do that the best we can with this temporary storage until we get our shed. And then we're going to make this room as usable as possible for him as he can use it on a daily basis. If you're interested, this table is by Costco, that, you know, whatever. And it was gifted to me by my friend Trish. Hi, Trish. She was an amazingly generous woman who gave me so much in our time as friends when we lived in the same area. You're probably gonna have to make it perfect in its spot, right? Okay, be careful of your fingers. Okay, you got it. I was gonna say, be careful of your fingers. Do the legs look like they flail out a little bit? No, right?
No.
Perfect. Oh, Jim, that looks so good. Now I want to push the dresser back. Just kidding. So what I just said was we moved this. I got back there. It's very heavy. Jim took out the 2 drawers of the heavy china and I pushed with my booty. How much room is there actually between the table and the dresser? Not the lip, but the actual dresser part. Yeah, like that. Oh, so I could have stopped.
Yeah.
Dang it.
It's alright.
Yeah.
As long as once we get that white thing out of there, it will open far enough to
get the bar card in there. Okay.
Get the bar card in there and not have to worry about the door hitting anything else.
So you guys can see that space now, and then we're just gonna plug you in and start moving stuff. But I don't know. Do you need a break?
Yeah.
Okay. He needs a break. So in a little bit. Well, while Jim's taking a break, I'll show you what my intentions are. So underneath this table is quite large. We have some things still on the white cabinet. But what I thought was all of that stuff that's on the Filipino dresser, which is sort of like serviceware, party we're going to put underneath. And then he'll have the whole top of that table to either put his like decor or memorabilia, whatever he wants to put on there. And then he'll have the top of that dresser too to do whatever decorations, whether they be medieval, Nordic, or Harry Potter-ish. We'll figure that out when we get there, okay? Now, if you guys are interested, these plastic shelves are from Walmart. They were about $15. You can get the other set that we had on the other side of the room were about $10. So you can get somewhere between $10 and $15. And then what we're going to do is to break them down into 2 half shelves. Ironically enough, that's the way we had the ones in the corner in the beginning of the video, the beginning of this project, if you remember, before we moved the Filipino dresser over there. So we decided to do that with this. So what kind of things do I have on this corner basket that I've always had? Basically party serviceware. Honest to goodness. Giant, 2-gallon mason jar spigot, juice containers. We use them for picnics and barbecues and for our party. I used them for my birthday. It was a big hit on my birthday. Our picnic basket. So, we go on picnics and we don't need a picnic basket every day, but do you throw out your picnic basket or get rid of it because you only use it 3 times a year? I don't. Especially this one. We got this. This is the picnic basket we took on our honeymoon as well. I bought it for us to have a little picnic in the hotel on our honeymoon. So those are the kinds of things that were on that plastic shelf. On the bottom is a chandelier that I had since before the flood. I want to hang it in this room, and he doesn't know if he wants it in this room. And then I wanted to hang it on the porch, and he doesn't, want to, how am I going to do that, the logistics? So trust me, I'm getting this thing hung sometime, somewhere, somehow. I just don't know where, when, and how, and why yet. But I totally, totally love it. I bought it on clearance on one of my country living door magazine thingies. So that's what kind of things we had on there. And what we're putting on there basically is sort of the same thing. We're going to put some of the serviceware, 2-tier baskets that I have that I sometimes switch out my fruit bowls. We have buffet servers and that sort of thing, as well as cups and glasses that are like for parties and juice and whatever, extra stuff like that. Basically also the 2-gallon and 1-gallon mason jar spigot things that I have as well. What's good about this project is because even though we purged recently, February, a couple of months ago, and we're going through this process again, we're taking more of an opportunity to say, hey, what will we really need to keep? What do we really want to keep? That kind of situation. And we're actually finding things that we're even giving more away, which is great, or selling at the garage sale, or whatever we decide to do with it. So we're even downsizing even further, which is really good. Now, I may not be downsizing enough for everybody. I get a lot of really picky people in the comments that just think I'm making excuses for holding on to my crap. But listen, it's mine. It's my house. It's my home. It makes me comfortable. I don't really care. Your opinion is not needed. Neither required nor desired. Thank you very much. But anyhow, it's just that as time goes by, you think like, oh, we're going to use those, but then will we ever use them? And then when we do use them, like that. So you back and forth about, do you keep them? Do you say, should I stay or should I go now? So Jim's moving the bar cart over here, and it is, I don't know, I zoomed in so you could see, it is a wheel. The wheel, like, has to, just that much has to fit. Now, you didn't get to see me move this, but I tried to tell him, I was like, let me do it. He goes, I'm stronger than you. I said, I appreciate that, but I'm bigger than you and I have more weight behind me. So he tried to move the first time, and I just told him, I said, it's so much easier for me to just put my back into it. And I know that sounds backwards and silly, but technically it's my booty. So I'm going to show you, he's going to use the technique that I used after showing him. He tried this way with his feet and it did nudge a tiny bit, but really the way to really get it going is to turn around. Turn around, Jim. There you go. And push. There you go. Look how fast and easy it pushes. And that's what I had done to get it to go all the way that way to fit the table. Now I realized I did push it a little farther than I needed it to, but I'm glad that he was able to push it back just that inch or two just to fit that bar cart in there, and we'll have some space on both sides, which is really, really excellent. So we haven't purged the bar cart yet. We haven't gone through it. He said he wants to wait until we go to do the decoration portion. So I'm fine to do that. I'm probably not going to get rid of much because what I have on the top are like family pieces, and what's on the bottom are like silver shakers and stuff like for service or parties. I may find different places to put them and may break the decanters up on the top and bottom, but I haven't decided yet. So I told him that we would do that together, and when we're ready to decorate them, we'll go ahead and do that. Now we have some family portraits that are going to sit behind the bar cart. The picture of Jim and his mom and dad when Jim was a baby is too big and does not fit, but the two grandparent portraits do. And all we're going to do is put the bar cart in front of it and then stand up the second pewter tray in the back of the bar cart to basically block them a little bit. Now the second pewter tray, I call it that because technically it's the third pewter tray. But I have one on the top of the bar cart, one on the bottom of the bar cart, and then one that was on my buffet. Now, I will tell you, one I found at a thrift store. One I found, I think my sister-in-law gave it to me. And then the third one, and they all like almost match. And one was my parents from ages and ages ago. That when we moved the china closet, I found it behind the china closet. The china closet in my house was like probably there since we did the paneling in 1980. I'm just saying. So it was just a weird coincidence. And I'm not the exact identical, but they really do coordinate. They match really nicely, and they're all made out of like pewter, which is one of my favorite. That's one of the reasons Jim and I knew that we were together forever, because pewter. But that's another story for another time. So what we're deciding here is like he had the two shelf pieces side by side so that the pole was actually cutting off the space in the front. And I said, why don't you turn them sideways so they were more easily accessed that without the pole being in the way, so that you can get deep instead of trying to do it from the side. And that, and he was like, he agreed, and that's fine. So it fits perfectly. Those two things fit perfectly under there. So what I told him we would do is we would, giving his thumbs up. What we would do is we'd put shorter things on the top underneath the table, like the glassware and the pitchers and stuff, and then we'd put the big service pieces on the bottom. And he's just going to go and do that for a little bit. He's going to play around with the configuration, ask me what I want there, ask me if I want it still, and that kind of thing, and that's good. I do have some things that I didn't really share with you. I had filmed haul videos at Christmas time. Maybe it wasn't Christmas time. It might have been at Christmas time that I never got to share with you. I bought a set from JCPenney's on Black Friday. It is a mason jar pitcher, like an actual like water pitcher, and it came with 4 mason jar mugs, but one of them was broken, and JCPenney's would only offer me a refund because they no longer carried it. But I said I would go to the Dollar Tree and just get one more mug. I actually have some, though it will be a little different. I still prefer to keep it and lose a mug than to return it and not have it at all, because it's really super cute. So I have it there with the jars that match with the spigots, and it's really a really cute beverage set that matches, but that doesn't, it coordinates. That's what I meant to say. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So he's going to put that all on the top, and then we have like this little plastic service tray and some like collector Tupperware from like with peanuts on it. for Christmas, and I just totally love those things. They're great for holding the fresh baked cookies. So just those kinds of things he's putting up there. I have this set of crystal bowls that actually I bought. I hunted down this rose bowl from Mikasa back in New York, way before I met my husband. I think I was actually like 18 or 19 years old, and I searched high and low for it, and we finally found it in Cedarhurst, and I had it in my china closet, as I was growing up as an adult, and in it is two dollar store crystal bowls that the dollar store used to sell. These crystal service size bowls, which were really pretty, and I had two of them. And when we were in New York and my father was alive, I had them in my china cabinet. And my father used to actually use the china cabinet bowls like that for his like little catch-all dishes. He would put like his extra watch band or his extra fold-up reader glasses. He would almost use that almost like just like we didn't, not a junk drawer, but just like little catch-all bowls. So they not only are pretty and I love them, but they mean something to me too. Now, my current decor that I have, the style that I have going right now, they're not something that I have on display permanently, but I could see them in the future, just having them, and not too far in the distant future either. So those are things that I'm keeping. I didn't keep everything, obviously. I didn't keep the whole set of little rolls, ice cream dishes that matched it. I just kept the big Mikasa dish that I tried so hard to find, and things like that. It just means something to me, and it's not valuable. Like I'm sure I could get more money than I paid for it, but I don't want to just now. But as far as leaving it to my nieces or nephews, I think that's something that they may want. Okay. Now, the white plastic Dollar Tree shelf raisers, we have quite a few of them because if you've been around for a while, I've used them in a variety of different places. And we just have so many extras. So they will eventually go into the craft room when we get the craft space done because I'll use them to DIY with. I know that Megan from Glue Guns and Roses has a few actually different organizing ideas with them. So I know I'm looking forward to possibly implementing some of those in my room as well. Okay. So now he's just taking some of the big things. We have the scale that I made on my channel, as well as back there is the candelabra that I made on my exchange with Sarah Jane from Chic on the Cheap. But he wants to keep that. It's very medieval looking. He thinks he wants to use that for display. And then we have these cotton buckets that I made that we usually keep in here until autumn comes, but we're going to probably use them to decorate with. And that's what, after talking to him, that's what he thinks he wants to do. So, hey, it's his room. It's his space. I need to store things in it, and I'm trying to make it as aesthetically pleasing while I store things in it for him. Now, I do know that a lot of people give me a hard time about why do I keep all the stuff? Why do I have it? Why do I have it? It's fine. It's okay. Remember, we don't have any closets. We have no closet space. We have no garage. We have very, very limited storage in the house to keep things that you probably would normally keep in your house. Like you don't even realize probably how much stuff you have. I just don't have any place to store it. And there are things that I used. I told you I used all the serviceware when Eden was getting married. I used most of it, many of it when my birthday came and I hosted my birthday. I've used it when I have big family events and holidays and stuff. So it's just mine and I decided to keep it, and that's just the way it is. So love it, leave it, or switch the channel. That's all I have to say. So the minutia of the little things, Jim's trying just to find little places to put all of these little things. And I told him, I was like, if you don't think it'll fit there, if you want to use it in your space, let us know now before we let's not put it away and then take it out next week. And he said, nope. He asked me about my chandelier that I made on my channel. He's like, are you going to keep this? I said, dude, I've been waiting for you to hang that forever. I bought this massive hook to hang it in the tree, to put the whatchamacallits, the solar lights in them. I was like, I am ready. Now, forgive me while I hobble over here in the fancy nightgown. Thank you very much. My fancy house dress. This is the one that has the bleach stain on it, and I thought the bleach stain was on the front, but thank God the bleach stain's on the back. So you can see it on my back there, but you can't see it on my front. So now we're going to do the disguise portion of this video. So we had all this storage, now we're going to make hidden storage. I kind of wish I had a Velcro skirt for underneath it, and I may make one after talking to Jim. He has fabrics that he thought he might want to use in my fabric stash, and maybe we'll do some like Velcro stuck under the table, because the wood of the table and the leather top actually are very masculine, and they match the furniture in here very, very well. So that might be something that we do up in the future, because if we're going to keep this table like this for 6 months or a year, we might have to, make it a little bit more appealing to Jim. But I'm doing my very best to try to get this tablecloth on, and because I don't have a square tablecloth, I only have rectangles. What I'm doing is I'm making it flush with the front, the floor in the front, excuse me, and I'm lining the one side up with the wall on the right, and then I'm using the back to tuck in to hold the actual tablecloth on, and then we're letting it drape on the left, just to basically give it just some zhuzh, just to zhuzh it, hide up what we can. I have this coffee mug set, and these are my Fry Life camping mugs. Jim and I have a bunch of camping stuff for when we're getting our RV and go camping, and they're in the dining room here, but we haven't been able to get to them yet. So I just set up these camp mugs for now. And then he's going to come in and fix it for me, because apparently I didn't do a good job. I just wanted to share with you that sometimes this happens. I know that there have been times that you guys have gone on me because I've gone behind him and done something different the way I want it done, and you guys give me a hard time for it. But look, he's doing the same thing. As a matter of fact, he's even taking it to the next step, because he's going to pin the tablecloth on there on the side. So that's it. This is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this portion. We've got lots more coming tomorrow. We made some great progress today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to share, friends and family, and all the things. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye.